Welcome to Percent of a Number Part 2, Lesson 77. Our objective is I can translate percent of a number problems into equations. Just a quick review from last time we say it's kind of a usual giveaway for times, and the word is usually a giveaway. We want to think about putting an equal sign there. So let's translate some of these situations and questions into equations. So, what percent of 40 is 25? So percent, I'm going to say P will be my variable for percent. You can make it whatever letter you want. So some percentage times 40, of means times of course, is equal to 25. So what do I need to do? I need to get P by itself. So I'm going to divide both sides by 40. And I'll get P is equal to 25 divided by 40. Now I need to turn that into a percentage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by 10 over 10. That'll give me 250 divided by 400 because I want to get something over 100. So 250 divided by 400. Now let's divide everything by 4. This may have been a terrible idea, but 150 divided by 4. Yeah, this was a terrible idea. Is 62.5 over 100. So the percentage at the end is 62.5%. What I probably should have done is done long division to turn it into a decimal. I'll do that next time. Go ahead and pause the video and try this one on your own. Now that you've tried it on your own, let's do it together. So once again, I'm going to use P for percent. P times 6 is 2. Divide both sides by 6 to get P by itself. I'll get P is equal to 2/6. I'm going to turn 2/6 into a decimal by putting 6 on the outside, 2 on the inside. 6 can't go into 2, but it can go into 20. 6 goes into 20 3 times. 6 times 3 is 18. I have 2 left over. I'll do it a couple more times. Looks like I have a repeating decimal. Now I'm going to pop up the decimal. I'll put an over bar over the 3 so I know that it repeats on forever. And I'll convert that into a percentage by moving the decimal 2 places. So I'll get 33.3%. What percent of $3.50 is 28 cents? So what percent P times $3.50 is equal to 28 cents? I need to get P by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by P. Sorry, I'm going to divide both sides by $3.50. 0.28 divided by 3.5 is 0.08. So P is 0.08. I need to turn that into a percentage. I move the decimal 2 places to the right and add a percent sign. So that'll be 8%. Go ahead and try this one on your own. I'll see you in a second. Okay, the question asks what percent of $5 is 35 cents. So I'm going to let P be my percent times $5 is 35 cents. Divide both sides by $5 to get P by itself. Divide by $5. And 0.35 divided by 5 is 0.07. Now I need to convert that to a percentage by moving the decimal 2 places to the right, and I'll get 7%. "75% of what number is 600? So let's see, 75%, that's a 2. I want a 7. 75% times some number n is equal to 600. Next thing I need to do is convert my percent into a decimal. I think it'll be a lot easier to work with. 0.75 times n is 600. Divide both sides by 0.75. And I'll get n is equal to, let me use my calculator really quick. 600 divided by 0.75 is 800. So the number I'm looking for is 800. Go ahead and try this one on your own, and I'll see you in a second. Now that you've tried it on your own, let's do it together. 15% times some number, I'll use n to represent that number, is 45. So I'm going to change it by moving the decimal 2 places to the left. 0.15 times n is equal to 45. Divide both sides by 0.15 to get n by itself. Now I can whip out my calculator and go 45 divided by 0.15, and I'll get 300. N is equal to 300, the missing number. Let's try another one. 50 is what percent of 40? So I need to divide both sides by 40 to get P by itself. 50 divided by 40 is 1.25. So I need to convert that into a percentage by moving the decimal 2 places to the right. And I'll get 125%. Go ahead and pause the video and try this one on your own. Now that you've tried it on your own, let's do it together. 24 is what percent of 40? Divide both sides by 40 to get P by itself. And I'll get 24 divided by 40 is 0.6. 0.6 is equal to P. Now I just need to convert it to a percent by moving the decimal 2 places to the right. That'll give me 60%. $60 is 150% of what number? I'm going to use n to represent what number? So first thing I need to do is convert my percent into a decimal. So 60 is equal to, move my decimal 2 places to the left, 1.50 times n. Divide both sides by 1.50. And 60 divided by 1.50 is equal to 40. So n is equal to 40. One last one. Try this one on your own, and I'll see you in a second. Now that you've tried it on your own, let's do it this last one together. 24 is 120% of what number? So I'm going to convert my percentage into a decimal. 1.20 times n is equal to 24. Divide both sides by 1.20. And 24 divided by 1.20 is 20. So 20 is equal to n. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.